Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled, "The Great Flood Cataclysm Caused the Earth to Expand and Oceans to Appear." Now, in Article 515 entitled "Current Cataclysm Engulfing the Earth Started at the Great Flood," I showed how the Great Flood, which the Bible describes as having occurred over 4,000 years ago, was a huge cataclysm event which must have been caused by a very large Planet X system stellar core. This was most likely when the Earth was first affected by the Planet X system, but the effects have never stopped and seem to be on the increase right now, so that we seem to be in a slowly growing cataclysmic event which started at the Great Flood. These increasing effects seem to be as a result of increasing numbers of these objects coming to the Earth after the Sun became weakened to the point that it can no longer emit light. And you may look at Article 500 entitled "The Sun is No Longer Shining Review." And you can see one of these objects approaching the Sun, and it is surrounded by huge numbers of objects, like as if it has a huge debris field, a huge cloud of objects. Now, these objects, once inside the solar system, never leave, and may in fact never truly leave the host object, but may orbit at a greater distance once their gravitational energy has increased through absorbing matter from the host object. It is also likely that a whole system comes in at a time, i.e. one huge stellar core, which was the central star of a particular Planet X star system, as well as all its dead planets and moons, which then make the rounds around the solar system, absorbing energy from the Sun and the planets in the solar system. Such an object approaching Earth would cause volcanic eruptions, as a large stellar core of comparable energy to the Earth's core would attract magma from the Earth's interior. And through these eruptions, the Earth would lose gravitational energy, whilst the stellar core gained it. And you may look at Article 514 entitled "Stellar Cores or Gravitational Poles or Superprotons." The loss of gravitational energy would then have caused the Earth's gravitational attraction on its own matter to decrease, thus resulting in the Earth expanding, which explains why the Earth's continents fit together exactly on a much smaller globe. The Great Flood was therefore when most likely the continents separated and the oceans formed. And you can see from these models shown here, and these models are by Klaus Vogel, and he explained the expanding model of the Earth as causing the continents to separate. And he showed that these occur on a much smaller globe, that the continents fit exactly. And he also could show through his models why the southern continents are more widely dispersed than the northern continents, and why the northern continents were expected to move more westward relative to the southern continents. And this was due to the radial motion that would occur on an expanding Earth. Depending on where the continents were before, and as the Earth expanded, it would cause the motion that would lead to the continents being where they are now. Thus, it seems that the Earth did not have oceans before the flood. The water that rained down on the surface does cause the flood, but as the Earth expanded after the event, the water settled in the deep basins that opened up, thus creating the oceans and causing the flood water level to drop over several months, as detailed in the Bible. Since the Planet X system stellar cores, and even perhaps the same object which provoked the Great Flood, continue to affect the Earth, it is likely that the Earth continued to lose gravitational energy and thus continue to expand, but much more slowly over the next few thousand years. And this is a National Geographic map of the Arctic Ocean. And we see the area around the mid-ocean ridges. These are the mid-ocean ridges. They're everywhere wherever there is an ocean basin. And this is where the sea floor expansion took place. That's why they are ridges. It just opened up as the Earth expanded. So the ridges define the direction in which the pooling has occurred. The seabed between the continents was roughly level. You can see how much higher this is than that is. This is the continental basin. This is deep. This is the part that opened up as the Earth expanded. And so it was the expansion that created the deeper ocean floor, into which the waters of the flood settle, causing the flood level to drop. And obviously this did not happen immediately. This happened over several months, because the waters of the flood took several months to decrease in level. So the higher level surface is what was once the surface of the planet and is now known as continental shelves. So in conclusion, the great flood cataclysm, which the Bible details as having occurred over 4,000 years ago, was most likely the beginning of the planetic system affecting the Earth. And it led to the Earth expanding and to the oceans appearing. Those are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.